Hello, my name is Miriam, and I am a cancer survivor.
My name is Anthony Smith. I was diagnosed with prostate cancer. I am a cancer survivor.
My name is Mizell Ortiz. I'm a two-time cancer survivor. The first time I was diagnosed with testicular cancer was in 2007 of March. I went 13 years clean. I was diagnosed again for a second time with a new version of testicular cancer in 2021 of January.
My name is Jackie Castaldi. I was diagnosed with breast cancer in December of 2008, and I am a cancer survivor.
My name is Kathy Bransky. I'm from Mantua, New Jersey. I got diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer in February of 14, and I'm a long-term survivor.
Hello, my name is Lynn. I was diagnosed with breast cancer of June of 2013, and I'm a cancer survivor.
I was scared. I was devastated. Didn't know what was going to happen.
I was totally perplexed and very, very down, to say the least.
I was in shock when the words came out that you pretty much have cancer and we're gonna have to go for treatment from there. It was all new. I didn't know. I was 32 years old. It was out of my element. Never experienced anything like hospital stays or anything like that.
I was frozen. I was paralyzed. I had so many thoughts were racing in my mind. I didn't know what to do or even how to feel. I didn't know, should I be crying? Should I be screaming? Because it happened so quick. But I thought to myself, like, how did it get there?
There was an overwhelming sense of fear of the unknown that I felt.
How could this happen to me, as I always went to all my core doctors every year, got all my checkups, got my mammogram, just in the state of shock and started crying. That's how I felt.
My greatest challenge was to survive, to live. My fear was, what if I don't? But overall, by the mercy and grace of God, the support of my family and MD Anderson and their staff, I'm a survivor. I'm here.
My biggest fear was I wasn't going nowhere. I wasn't going to be not with my kid. She's 20 years old. She's graduating college. She's going to PT school now. I said, I got to fight this again. I got to get through this because I want to see what the next 13 years has in store for me, my wife, and my daughter.
My greatest challenge or fear that I had to overcome was time. Time because I wasn't finished living. And I was just learning myself, Lynn. I was in a new season of my life. My children had just got grown. I was starting to have grandchildren. I hadn't achieved the things that I wanted to do. The way that I dealt with that to overcome it was by taking action more aggressively to fight against that fear. So I make the best of my days and I make my days count.
I was through a lot with having, 3 surgeries, lymph nodes removed. You just had to believe and keep your routine was my biggest thing. Keep my routine. I worked. I exercised 3-4 nights a week. Even though I couldn't do a whole lot, I still went. And that's how I got through it.
Having Dr. Guarana treat me as a whole person and not just the physical aspects of the disease helped me a great extent to learn how to deal with the anxiety. Anytime I had a question, I could call. Throughout this journey, I developed a love for the Philadelphia Flyers. I love the game. We're season ticket holders now. So I think finding an activity that you thoroughly enjoy can really help you overcome any of the challenges or fears that you might face.
I went to the cancer screening program in Cooper because I didn't have insurance, and that's when I was diagnosed. And going into that program, they directed me right to MD Anderson.
I was on my way to work on 676 going over the Ben Franklin Bridge, and I saw the MD Anderson Cancer at Cooper sign billboard on the right-hand side because the cancer center had just opened a couple months before that. And I knew I wanted to go somewhere local to my house, and I did some research on MD Anderson, and they were one of the top cancer centers, and that's how I chose MD Anderson Cancer at Cooper.
My daughter was the one who talked about MD Anderson and their track record and what they were doing. Through the whole process, I felt very comfortable. It was a frightening experience, and they were there. They always had words of comfort. I felt like I was going to survive.
I decided to go with Cooper because I saw how much Cooper Cancer did for my mother-in-law, and they saved her life. With Dr. Schomer, he's treated me both times, 2007 and 2021, and he is so amazing. He is so personable. It's like talking to your friend. It's not like talking to some guy behind a chart.
Everyone in Cooper and MD Anderson was amazing. I had one nurse, her name is Marge, that I still see today. Awesome. She made my treatments enjoyable. It was crazy because at that moment, of course, you'd probably be like, oh man, I gotta go to chemo again. But me personally, I was excited to go to chemo to see her. She made it so enjoyable. Every single time I went there, I look forward to it. They made me feel so comfortable. Their caring, their kindness, and always supporting you in every single way.
I spent 14 days there, and P7 in the pavilion, the nursing staff, I never felt like I was alone. Even with COVID and the limitation of visitors, I never felt like I was alone.
Cooper is a wonderful hospital. I've been with Cooper since 2013. They're more culturally aware. They also added for their direct care navigators, and the care from especially Dr. Grana, her entire team, along with the nurses, chemo, radiation, surgery, has done an excellent job of caring and letting you know that they care about you, because that's important.
The first time in 2007, the first time I was diagnosed, I was angry. I was that guy that said, why me? Why'd I go through this? Why am I going through this? And people always said, oh, you should be happy that you went and got through it. And at the time, I didn't. I held it in a lot. The second time I was diagnosed in 2021, I was thinking about all the 13 years I had. I was clean. I saw my daughter grow up. She was 7 years old. Now she's 20. She's graduating college. And I looked back and I was happy that I had all that time. So this time I came in with such a positive attitude. I was not letting nothing knock me down. I didn't want to go back down that road of being angry and holding on to why me.
I see the value of just living. I do things intentionally. I maximize my time, and I do what matters most. I have learned, and I'm learning, to dismiss the small matters that will lead to stress. I express myself more freely. I make monumental moments. And then when I see an opportunity to encourage or to uplift someone else, I help to inspire other people, because to me, I see time and life as a gift.
I can't say that I changed the way I live or that I changed my outlook on life to a great extent, except to say that I cherish the time that I spend with my family and friends just a little bit more. I try to be aware that life can change in an instant.
Do the research first. Make the right choice based on your situation, not someone else's. My situation was I put my job and my work before my health. I thought I was making the right decision. You have to make sure that you know what all of those options are before you make a decision for your life.
I don't take life for granted anymore. You see things so different now. Just live, enjoy yourself every single day. Don't let anything bother you. Just the craziness, sometimes, the ignorance of people, and just put everything aside and just live and enjoy every single day the best way I can.
Being a cancer survivor has changed my outlook on life on many things. Not to sweat the small stuff, not to worry about things that you can't control, and just to live life to your fullest every day.
Be your own advocate. Ask a lot of questions. Even if you think it doesn't make sense or it's out of the ballpark, just ask. These doctors have all the answers. They will tell you. Every time I asked a question, the answer, they gave me an answer. If they didn't know it right there, they found it for me and they got me the answer.
You have to realize that it is not the end. Your feelings are real, and it's okay to feel afraid. It's okay to feel sad because you don't know what's going to happen next because it's happening so fast. I would say stop and just breathe. You have to keep hope alive. You have to find reasons to fight, because there are reasons to fight. That it could be your children, it could be your family, it could be your goals, it could be whatever you wanted to do, but you have to find reasons. There are reasons to live, and you matter.
Since the cancer, I have retired and I'm enjoying retirement. I'm a Vietnam vet, so I've also met other Vietnam vets who did get cancer, and I go to these meetings that other cancer survivors go to, and we kind of build one another up, and I have been enjoying it.
A lot of times, people that have gone through this journey are afraid to admit that they're survivors. And I had that fear as well. I never wanted to say that I was a survivor, because you always have that fear, I think, in your mind that you're jinxing yourself, or something bad will then happen. So it took me a while to get over that. And the encouragement and the positive people that I surround myself with, helped me to understand that, yes, it's one day at a time, but every day in this journey makes you a survivor, whether you're a week out, two weeks out, or 10 years out. So we're all survivors.
You have to celebrate your accomplishments. So when you go through something like this, even if it's a surgery or the chemo or radiation, you have to go out there and celebrate it, because it is a big deal, and you should spend time having fun. Even though you're going through a struggle, you should set aside and be around your family, be around your friends, be around other survivors, talk to them, get their stories, and enjoy what you accomplished.